The mystical diwata who watches over Mount Makiling. She embodies the beauty of Philippine folklore. Her long flowing hair as dark as forest shadows and her gown woven from the golden rays of the sun and the emerald greens of the mountains. Legends speak of her kindness, blessing those who respect nature while bringing misfortune to those who harm it. Mysterious and timeless, she is the soul of the mountains, a symbol of nature's magic and strength. Her presence lingers in the rustling leaves and the cool mountain breeze, reminding all of her ethereal grace. Designed by Marju Lahira Lariosa, Nathea Gale Arcero Malahas, Maria Makiling, the enchanting guardian of Mount Makiling, Mutya. 1. Kadramal Humawan Martinez, your Mutya. 2. The famous Philippine mythical bird, Ibong Adarna. The Ibong Adarna is often described as the most colorful bird in Philippine folklore. It is also thought to share a resemblance to other legendary birds, such as the sarimanok and the phoenix. Ibong Adarna has the power to heal sickness. That is why King Fernando asked his 3 sons to catch and bring the bird to him for his healing power. One of the notable themes in Ibong Adarna is the power of forgiveness and redemption. Throughout the story, we witness characters who make mistakes, betray one another, and face dire consequences. However, it is through forgiveness and genuine remorse that they find redemption and a chance for a new beginning. Designed by Jeffrey Avenido Doromal, Ian Alessandra J. Martinez, Ibong Adarna, the mythical bird, Mutya 2! Adriana Batsuin, Mutya 5, the bird of good fortune, Sarimanok. The legendary Sarimanok of Maranao mythology embodies prosperity, divine blessings, and the pursuit of one's destiny. With its vibrant colors, this masterpiece represents the soaring resilience of the Filipino people, always moving forward, always striving for greatness. The Sarimanok of the bird of good fortune is more than just a legendary creature. It is a reminder that fortune favors those who take flight. And tonight, we bring to life a legend that continues to inspire generations to spread their wings and embrace their destiny. Designed by R.L. Umalde, Catriana Batul, Sarimanok, Mutya 5!
Ibon Ortega, your Mutya 8, ang Diwata Sara Flecha.
From the heart of Davao's enchanted forests comes a bloom of legend, the Rafflesia, a flower as rare as it is mesmerizing. But beyond its beauty lies a deeper story, one rooted in the spirit of the Tagamaling, the mythical guardian of nature. In ancient lore, a Tagamaling Diwata sacrificed herself to protect the land, binding her soul to the Rafflesia, blooming only in the deepest forests as a reminder of nature's power and fragility. Tonight, she embodies this legend, a vision of strength, mystery, and resilience. Draped in fiery crimson petals, while the bold headdress crowns the Diwata's divine presence. Designed by Stephen Azarcon, Ibon Ortega, the radiant Rafflesia, bloom of the Tagamaling Mutya 8!
Rebecca Gail Celis, Mutya 16.
Born beneath the shadow of the ancient Balete trees, she was a child of two worlds, human and Tikbalang, legend and reality. Clad in sleek black, her garments are adorned with intricate tribal patterns, each symbol whispering the story of her lineage. Her hooves are covered in soft fur, which represent the gift of speed and strength inherited from her father's kind. She moves with an unnatural grace, the forest bending to her silent footsteps. Her fingertips trace the wind, sensing the unseen forces lurking in the trees. Atop her head, golden equine ears twitch, and her mane woven with charm sways with each step. Designed by R.L. Umadle, Rebecca Gail Celis, Tikbalang, Mutya 16!
Kathleen Trinidad, your Mutya 14. Amihan!
The Amihan costume is a majestic ensemble inspired by the Philippine mythical bird, symbolizing the northeast monsoon winds. The costume features large, feathered wings attached to the back of arms in shades of white, gray, or blue, representing the wind and the sky. A regal wing-shaped crown or headpiece adorns the head, signifying Amihan's power and authority. A flowing white or light colored gown or tunic with intricate designs or patterns resembling wind or clouds completes the look. Designed by Mark Jun Lahera Lariosa, Kathleen Trinidad, Amihan Mutya 14!
An entrepreneur, a cafe owner, a barista, a fashion model, and a third-year BSBA Marketing Management student. This is Nathea Gail Arsenio Manahas, representing Barangay Medina Aplaya, your Mutya number 1!
From the City College of Davao, taking a Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, a former regional Armies player, and also known as the youngest host here in Davao City. Proudly representing from the home of champions, Barangay Catalunan Pequeño. This is Ian Alessandra Dormal Humawan Martinez, your Mutya 2!
A first-year student studying Bachelor of Science in International Tourism Management, proudly representing Barangay Catalunan Grande. This is Ashley Turishime Masillones Bitoy, your Mutya number 3. A former recruitment manager, now an international communications officer from Barangay Matina Crossing. I am Christabel Orovilia, your Mutya 4.
An industrial engineer, proud farmer and entrepreneur, representing Barangay Matina Crossing. This is Catriana Batu, your Mutya 5.
Queen Trinidad, your Mutya 14! Representing Buhangin Proper, your Mutya 15. Representing Barangay Buhangin Proper, this is Dana Gabriel Davao, your Mutya 18.
Her own law firm, a bar review mentor, and a professional events host. I am Nikki Louise Tan, representing Barangay Matina Crossing, your Mutya 19.
Remains a pressing issue, with economic abuse being one of the most prevalent forms in Davao City. As a woman of influence, how would you use your voice and platform to empower victims of VAW to come forward and seek justice? Again, violence against women remains a pressing issue, with economic abuse being one of the most prevalent forms in Davao City. Now, as a woman of influence, how would you use your voice and platform to empower victims of VAW to come forward and seek justice?
As someone who experienced verbal abuse firsthand, it's really difficult and disheartening to experience such. Therefore, since I'm a woman of influence, I'm going to educate all the women out there that you need to speak up. There's nothing to be afraid of. There are people who's willing to help you, most especially we are here in Davao City, and we are much more protected in terms of our right. So if I were you, I challenge you to stand up and show to the world that woman, hindi babae lang. Thank you.
Yes, educate.
A licensed physical therapist here in the Philippines with a 2-year international master's degree from Norway. Currently working as a professional model and proudly representing Barangay Catalunan Pequeño. I am Ivonne Arteaga, your Mutya A.
Your question. Davao City has often been at the center of national discussions on politics. As a Davaoeña, how do you think Davao's political culture shapes the city's identity? Once again, Davao City has often been at the center of national discussions on politics. As a Davaoeña, how do you think Davao's political culture shapes the city's identity?
We need to first recognize that we have different political views. But through the years, Davao has proven that despite adversities, we remain strong, united, and have that unwavering spirit of one Davao. That's why we need to have that collective voice and collective effort towards good governance. And Davao has always been transparent, accountable, and always strive to move forward. Thank you.
Okay, Mutya, number 1. Your question is, freedom of speech is a constitutional right, but in today's political climate, many fear speaking.
Your question. Vice President Sara Duterte's tagline, God Save the Philippines, has drawn both support and criticism. As Mutya ng Davao, what does this statement mean to you? And how would you relate it to the current state of our nation? Again, Vice President Sara Duterte's tagline, God Save the Philippines, has drawn both support and criticism. As Mutya ng Davao, what does this statement mean to you? And how would you relate it to the current state of the nation?
I believe that there are a lot of weaknesses in all sectors of society here in the Philippines, but I will point out the issues with regards to the environment. My advocacy focuses on the carbon sequestration program that addresses one of the greenhouse gas emissions here in the Philippines. And I'm using my Mutya ng Davao platform to influence my fellow Davaoeños to rally behind my pact that it is already high time for us to take initiatives for our environment. And I want to inculcate in your minds that at the end of the day, the environment deserves our care and we deserve its worth. Thank you.
Davao City was recently ranked as the 3rd safest city in Southeast Asia for 2024 by Numbeo Safety Index, a global database of user-contributed data on cities and countries. As Mutya ng Davao, how would you help sustain this reputation while ensuring that safety in the city remains just accessible and beneficial for all? Once again, Davao City was recently ranked as the 3rd safest city in Southeast Asia for 2024 by Numbeo Safety Index, a global database of user-contributed data on cities and countries. As Mutya ng Davao, how would you help sustain this reputation while ensuring that safety in the city remains just, accessible, and beneficial for all?
Davao City has always been a city of progress and purpose. And this culture of safety that we have felt for years and years is the reason why we have been awarded as one of the most livable cities in the Philippines, not just the safest. And so I would advocate for continued programs of safety and to also remind everyone that despite the city's effort for safety, we must always still remain vigilant, informed, and aware of our surroundings. Thank you.
Your question is, Davao City's strong economic performance has made it the top contributor to Mindanao's GDP. How would you ensure that this growth translates into concrete opportunities for small businesses, local workers, and marginalized communities? Once again, Davao City's strong economic performance has made it the top contributor to Mindanao's GDP. How would you ensure that this growth translates into concrete opportunities for small businesses, local workers, and marginalized communities?
Recently, our GDP has risen to 7.5%, and that is ensuring that our economy is stable. This time, it is time for us to collaborate with local businesses and create activities that will have an impact to our youth. Because if we continue to make an impact to our youth, we are not just being a benchmark of greatness here in Davao City, but to the whole world. Thank you, and
Benchmark of greatness. And number 3, this is your question. If this competition had no title, no sash, and no prizes, only the opportunity to serve, would you still compete? Why or why not? Once again, if this competition had no title, no sash, no prizes, only the opportunity to serve, would you still compete? Why or why not?
If this competition doesn't have any sash, title, and prize, I would definitely still compete because my purpose here is to create a positive impact, most especially here in my beloved hometown, Davao City. And with that, I am using this platform to fully incorporate my advocacy, which is the harmony with nature, because I do believe that if I encourage or spread awareness in this kind of situation, I could definitely create a positive impact. Thank you.
Or this is your question. Davao City's 88th founding anniversary is symbolized by a soaring blue eagle representing strength and vision alongside the city's most iconic landmarks, the City Hall of Davao, Mount Apo, and the Monument of Peace and Unity. If you were to add one more symbol to this representation of Davao, what would it be and why? Once again, Davao City's 88th founding anniversary is symbolized by a soaring blue eagle representing strength and vision alongside the city's most iconic landmarks, the City Hall of Davao, Mount Apo, and the Monument of Peace and Unity. If you were to add one more symbol to this representation of Davao, what would it be and why?
It's not actually a place, but I would add the people of Davao because they symbolize what Davao has to offer. We have the best food that was made by our people, and we have the best locations that are advertised by our people. So basically, I would just like to add the people of Davao City because we represent 88 years strong Davao. One Davao and 88 years strong. Thank you.
Ayan, our people.
Your question is, local markets like Bangkerahan are not just places of commerce, but also hubs of culture, history, and community. How would you promote traditional markets as essential parts of tourism while ensuring they remain sustainable and beneficial to local vendors? Again, local markets like Bangkerahan are not just places of commerce, but also hubs of culture, history, and community. How would you promote traditional markets as essential parts of tourism while ensuring they remain sustainable and beneficial to local vendors?
Davao City has been known as a very progressive city in terms of our commerce. And we really should bank on our local products. Products that are from our city ourselves, produced by our own vendors. It will only show that indeed we support Davao products and we are proud to be Davaoeños. And if given a chance to do so, I would create awareness to showcase what we can offer to the world and indeed With Davao and its products, we can showcase everything and be proud of as Davaoeñas here living in our beautiful city. Thank you. Davaoeñas.
Alright, your question. If you had to pitch Davao City as a global business hub in just 30 seconds, what would be your key message? Again, if you had to pitch Davao City as a global business hub in just 30 seconds, what would be your key message?
Davao City is known to have a very rich agricultural resources here in Davao City. And I really do believe that Davao City can offer a lot, not just in the Philippines, but also in the whole world. Just for example, our cacao. Davao City is known as the chocolate capital here in the Philippines. That it's also like one of the first class chocolates in the whole world. So I think Davao City is really competitive when it comes to its business.
Thank you, Mutya.
The city is known for its strict implementation of laws, making it one of the safest cities in the country. How would you address critics who say that too much discipline limits personal freedom? Again, Davao City is known for its strict implementation of laws, making it one of the safest cities in the country. How would you address critics who say that too much discipline limits personal freedom?
Davao City has been ranked as the third safest city in Southeast Asia. And so as Mutya ng Davao, I will change the narrative by following the strict law enforcement, city ordinances, and abiding by the rules and regulations that is set within our city. With this, we can be able to cultivate and foster a community where safety and security is utmost priority. Thank you.
For staying neutral on political issues. As Mutya ng Davao, do you believe that it is your responsibility to take a stance in governance matters? Why or why not?
As a beauty queen, our voices hold weight. Our voices hold influence, and this influence.
Here's your question. If you were to represent Davao on a global stage, what would be your message to the world leaders about the kind of governance that the city upholds? Once again, if you were to represent Davao on a global stage, what would be your message to the world leaders about the kind of governance that the city upholds?
Davao City isn't just a place on a map, it is a feeling. It is the warmth of the people, the familiar scent of durian in the air, and the community that wraps you like a hug. If I would be given a chance to represent Davao City, I would represent the Davao City as known as for its peace and order. And I'm proud that we are one of the safest city here in our country. Thank you so much.
The warmth and lively reputation as a business and tourism hub. What unique aspect of Davao would you like to highlight to global investors and tourists to encourage sustainable growth? Once again, with Davao's growing reputation as a business and tourism hub, what unique aspect of Davao would you like to highlight to global investors and tourists to encourage sustainable growth?
I would choose the agri-tourism of Davao City. Here in Davao, we are rich with natural resources and we use it to sustain the lives of our people, to give them quality lives. And I would tell them that if they invest in agri-tourism, they will see that Davao is not just a place of business, but this is a place where business is partnered with sustainability. Thank you very much.
Business partnered with sustainability. If Mutya ng Davao removed the physical crown and only awarded the title to those with the best advocacy, do you believe you would still be standing here today? Why or why not? Once again, if Mutya ng Davao removed the physical crown and only awarded the title to those with the best advocacy, do you believe you would still be standing here today? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe that I would still be standing here today because as I've said earlier, I was an international exchange student alumni studying in Bangkok, Thailand. And now I have been advocating to globalize the culture and tourism of Davao City because I believe in its potential to go global. And I think that I'm using this platform because we can use it or we can uplift the tourism sector of Davao City. And as a Mutya, I believe that I am not just the leader of tomorrow, we are the change makers of today. Thank you.
Davao City on a global scale, isn't that?
Many people vote based on personality rather than policies. How can we shift public awareness toward voting for platforms instead of individuals? Again, many people vote based on personality rather than policies. How can we shift public awareness toward voting for platforms instead of individuals?
As the next Mutya ng Davao, I have the power and the influence to mold how people perceive politics and to influence them to vote for platforms and not individuals is something that I am responsible for. I have the power of storytelling, and I will tell the story of how Davao became this beautiful city because of the politics that happened here years and decades ago. And with that, I will tell the world and use my power so we can create a better Davao for everyone.
Another woman who walks her talk with voice.
Davao City has often been at the forefront of national discussions, from governance and security to economic growth. What do you believe is the rightful place of a Mutya ng Davao in the bigger picture of nation building? And how do you plan to use your title to contribute beyond citywide initiatives?
Davao City has always been known to be one of the safest cities, not just nationally, but internationally. And therefore, as a Mutya ng Davao 2025 in God's grace, I will use my platform by sharing my influence through words of mouth that Davao City is a disciplined city and it should not be stereotyped as something that is negative because we are resilient, one Davao, and we are strong. Thank you so much.
Our makeup artist died just recently, and it was our last promise to each other that I joined Mutya ng Davao, and I'm fulfilling that promise by standing here in front of you.
And for sure, he or she is with us in spirit today. All right, now, pick your question. All right, your question. Davao City has taken a significant step in protecting its largest water source through the Panigan-Tamugan Sub-Watershed Ordinance, which imposes stricter regulations to safeguard water quality and sustainability. As an advocate for environmental conservation, how would you encourage communities to actively support and comply with this ordinance to ensure the long-term protection of our natural resources? Again, Davao City has taken a significant step in protecting its largest water source through the Panigan-Tamugan Sub-Watershed Ordinance, which imposes stricter regulations to safeguard water quality and sustainability. As an advocate for environmental conservation, how would you encourage communities to actively support and comply with this ordinance to ensure the long-term protection of our natural resources?
Thank you. So we can actively support and collaborate this ordinance through promoting collaboration between the law enforcement agencies, our elected officials, and the community. How can we collaborate? First of all, let us give awareness. Symposiums about the already published ordinance will then now spark the interest of the community. After the awareness, there will be now an active collaboration because there will be now an opportunity to create a space where we can implement the ordinance. Thank you.
Very well said, collaboration.